Learn to Earn by Peter Lynch. A story that teaches you how money works. Have you ever wondered, where does money really come from? Why do people work? And how do companies make money and grow rich while others vanish? Today, we are going to learn all that and more through the eyes of one of the greatest investors of all time, Peter Lynch, in his wonderful book Learn to Earn. This book is not just about investing, it's about understanding the world around you, how businesses work, and how you can grow with them. So, sit back. Imagine I am telling you a story about money, work, and the magic of investing in the simplest way possible. Chapter 1, a short story of capitalism. Once upon a time, hundreds of years ago, most people were farmers. They worked all day just to feed their families. There were no big companies, no factories, and no jobs like we see today. But then something amazing happened. People started inventing. They created machines that could spin cloth faster, dig deeper, and build bigger. This was the start of something called capitalism, a system where people could start businesses, sell things, and make profits. Peter Lynch says that capitalism rewards creativity and hard work. If you have a good idea and work smart, you can build something big, just like Apple, Coca-Cola, or Amazon. So, the takeaway from this chapter is, money does not just appear, it is created when people find better ways to serve others. When you understand how capitalism works, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. Chapter 2, the miracle of companies. Now, imagine a small bakery in your town. It starts with one person baking bread every morning. Soon, people love the bread and the bakery gets popular. To grow, the owner hires more people, buys more ovens, and opens more stores. Congratulations! That small bakery just became a company. Peter Lynch explains that every big company started small. McDonald's started with one tiny restaurant. Microsoft started in a garage. Even Disney began with just one animator and a dream. A company is like a tree. It starts as a seed, and if taken care of, it grows and gives fruit. When you buy shares in a company, you own small part of that tree. So the takeaway from this chapter is, when you invest in companies, you are not just buying stocks, you are becoming a part owner of a growing business. Chapter 3, the basics of the stock market. Have you ever heard adults talk about the stock market and thought, what on earth is that? Peter Lynch explains it simply. The stock market is a place where people buy and sell pieces of companies. Imagine a giant marketplace like a fair, but instead of fruits and toys, people are trading small parts of companies like Apple, Nike, or Google. If the company does well, makes more money, grows, and becomes famous, your small piece or share becomes more valuable. If the company fails, that piece loses value. But here is the secret: the stock market rewards patience. If you invest in good companies and give them time, they grow, and so does your money. So, takeaway from this chapter is the stock market is not a casino. It's a way to own great businesses and share in their success. Don't gamble. Understand what you own. Chapter number 4. What every beginner should know. Peter Lynch believes that young people can become great investors, maybe even better than adults. Why? Because young people see trends fast. You notice new apps, new brands, and whatever in school is talking about before grown-ups do. He gives this advice: invest in what you know. If you understand a business, you can judge if it will grow. For example, if you see everyone switching from CDs to Spotify, you already know music streaming is the future. That's your clue. So, the takeaway from this chapter is you don't have to be genius to invest. You just have to observe the world around you and think for yourself. Chapter number 5. Where does money come from? When you buy a toy, a burger, or a phone, the money goes to someone who made it, sold it, or helped deliver it. Peter Lynch explains that money moves in circles. Workers earn money, they spend money. Companies earn money, they pay workers, and the cycle continues. Companies grow when they earn profits, that is, when they make more money than they spend. Investors earn money when those companies grow. So, when you buy a share of a good company, your money starts working for you even when you sleep. So, the takeaway from this chapter is don't just work for money, make money work for you. That is the true secret of wealth. Chapter number 6. Why everyone should learn about investing. Peter Lynch says even if you do not want to be rich, you must learn about investing, because someday you will earn money, and what you do with it will decide your future. If you spend it all, it's gone. If you save it, it's safe. But if you invest it wisely, it can grow like a tree that keeps giving fruit year after year. Investing helps you live without fear, without worrying about money all the time. So, the takeaway from this chapter is start early. Even small amounts can grow big if you give them time and patience. Chapter number 7. The power of knowledge and curiosity. Peter Lynch wants us to stay curious. He says the best investors are those who love to learn. Read company stories, visit stores, ask questions. Why are people buying this product? Why is this company growing faster than others? The more you learn, the better decisions you make, not only investing but in life too. The takeaway from this chapter is knowledge is your best investment. It pays the highest interest. Now here comes the final chapter, the spirit of learn to earn. At the heart of learn to earn is one simple idea. Anyone, yes, even a child, can understand how money and business work if they stay curious and pay attention. Peter Lynch believes the world is full of opportunities. We just need to learn to see them. Every time you walk into a store, open your phone or watch a video, you are watching companies in action. So start noticing, start learning, and soon you will start earning. The final takeaway: learn about the world, observe the businesses around you, start small, be patient, and let your money grow with time. And that is the story of learn to earn, a simple yet powerful guide that teaches us not just about investing but about how the world really works. Remember, you don't have to be rich to start. You just have to start to become rich in knowledge, in patience, and in mindset. If you enjoyed this story and learned something new today, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, because learning is the first step to earning. And if you want to have the PDF version of this book, you can comment in the comment section.